The Northern State Governors Forum on Monday met to discuss the impact of coronavirus in the region. The meeting, which was conducted via teleconference and chaired by the forum's chairman, Governor Simon Lalong of Plateau State, shared experiences on measures adopted by individual states to deal with the disease. A statement by Lalong's Director of Press and Public Affairs, Dr. Makam Makut, on Monday stated that after receiving reports from various states, the governors resolved to strengthen preventive measures against the pandemic through enhanced boundary controls and surveillance, as well as great collaboration to ensure that there was synergy among them in restriction of movements. The statement said they, northern governors, agreed that at the moment each state would adopt the measure suitable to its setting because total lockdown of the region will come at a very high cost since most of its citizens are farmers who need to go to farms since the rains have started. Another issue discussed by the northern governors was the issue of palliatives from the federal government, where they regretted that so far no state in the region had received a dime as special allocation, despite the fact that some of them have recorded cases while others are making frantic efforts to prevent any outbreak, as well as prepare against any eventuality. This they observe as eating deep into the pockets of the state, as they have spent a lot of money already and may not be able to sustain this for a long time. Since prevention is better than cure, they canvassed that the federal government grants them some special funds, just as it has done to other states. The northern governors lamented that the region has no testing center, which is very disturbing. They resolved to again liaise with the federal government to ensure that each state at least gets one testing center, while highly populated ones get two. Guys, can you see? So they are just contemplating of whether they are going to be on lockdown, and they resolve that they are not going to go on lockdown. And the money that they shared, because they started the sharing of the money from the north, they told us the poorest of the poor, it started from there. They already concluded and gathered their data. Another thing, and you said you guys are not going to go on lockdown, and you want palliative measures. Since they are going to, you said they are farmers, that they will be going to their farms, and because of the rain that is coming, so they want to go and do their farming and all what have you. So that means they're not going to losing anything. Then what is the palliative measures for? And again, they still want fund from the government, and they said they don't have a testing kit, they don't have this and that. Okay, what have you spent money on? You say because they cannot sustain it, they have been spending their money, and now you say you don't have this, you don't have that. Then what have you spent money on in the first place? Where and where did you spend the money that you said, oh, you cannot continue with the spending, and now you said you don't have this, you don't have that? Then, well, what did you buy? You can see this country. You see that this country is not ready to go anywhere. The people piloting this, the affair of this country, is going nowhere. With all of this is going nowhere. You know that, okay, I can remember, that US just gave Nigeria money. Also EU gave Nigeria money as well. So those are the things that they are waiting for. But as far as lockdown is concerned, they don't want to go through that level, because they know that as soon as they give them money, they will want to, or they will be compelled to give the people palliative. And they said no, it's not going to happen. But they now say prevention is better than cure. They want to get all of those things ready in case of anything. They have already arranged, they concluded, they've come they have a consensus that these are the areas, or these are the things, or the way and manner at which they are going to handle the whole thing. You see, but they can compel. So you want to tell us that they are farmers? So they are no farmers in other states. They are no people who earn their living on a daily basis. You see, I wouldn't want to say much. Of course, they say there's nothing like lockdown, that you should forget it. Forget it. We can't lock down North. North government tells Nigerians. Someone says, so if there's no lockdown in the north, who did they share the money to there, and for what reason? Good question. And someone says, yes, good question. Who say Aboki no get brain? After this lockdown, Lagos and Taraba economy will be on the same level. Yoruba Ronu. And someone says, this Okay, it can never be possible, brother. These people, even if you lock down Lagos for 1 year and give $500 billion, Lagos will be better than 1 billion, better than them 1 billion times. They will just lose it and save it on Swiss accounts, leaving their people at begging in the streets, leaving them begging in the streets of Lagos. Sounds a total rubbish. You can imagine. Lagos is for largest economy in Africa. The entire North economy is not up half of that of Lagos. Lagos is where they sell all their products. And someone says these people are too primitive and backwards. Separate us from this kind of unfit governors, always against anything good. They don't know where to start educating their amajiris and their illiterate brothers. If na go and bomb church or market, they don't need education. Someone says, another person says here that nobody is forcing you to lock down. Maybe you want to reduce your population after all of you are too many. After all of you are too many. And someone says here that they will bring it to us through Okada and Keke Napep riders, as their men are everywhere riding Okada. On the other hand, they also need to protect themselves against giving us virus. And federal government go first pay una than people where they stay indoors for more than 2 weeks now. Every state on lockdown should make sure people from those states don't enter their states even after this lockdown, because it is then their own lockdown will commence. And someone say you are correct, locking down northern states will be dangerous because 80% of the entire population are Amajiri, living on the remaining 20%. Whether you lock down or not, coronavirus does not respect governor, president, rich or poor, Amajiris or anybody. This is not brain, but stupidity, as they have always shown. Another person says, as they not ever obeyed the law before, and someone says, they are on their own. Oh, they are on their own. Nobody is forcing you to go on lockdown. Other states on lockdown don't have farmers that need to go to farm. By the time the consequences of their stupid decision come, they will start their usual song of having poorest people in Nigeria and the whole world as if it's anybody's fault. They have started begging for palliatives. Even when they are turning down common sense in the control of the disease, they should know that epidemic don't last forever. So the funding is for a limited time. After that, everybody will be to his tent. Federal government support should go to state making frantic efforts to fight the disease, not those who want to continue their usual risky way and expecting money. Of course, they want money, but they don't want to go on lockdown. And the ones who are on lockdown, they cannot even give them money. Northern won't obey. They are the first citizens. Imo State, that did not even record any case of COVID-19, is suffering the masses to stay indoors. No money, no food in their la. Please and please, let someone tell these political fools that the matter at hand is not about political relevance. COVID-19 is real. Just as they not always look for shortcuts to everything, this time it will not work. If they exhibit this kind of ignorance that is their trademark, they should be making arrangements for mass graves all over the north. If the north are not looking down, then it is useless other parts locking down. Okay, if they are not locking down, if they are not going to go on lockdown, I think that's what this person is trying to say, then other parts should not go on lockdown. Let me tell you something about these northern people. They love putting their people in front before our nation Nigeria. They are telling you about the people that some of them are farmers. They don't want the lockdown again. It's because of their people, not for them, the governors, but the people interest. They are there for the people. But when you come to my side, Igbo people, they like eye service. They would like to put our nation Nigeria in front before our people with their selfish interests. How many Igbo governors have ever talked about interests of our people? None of them. Another person says the northern governors have declared their stand and is based on the interests of their people, unlike others that cannot consider the fate of the many poor masses that will suffer or even lose their lives. How many people the virus has killed in the north? Then you people should be ready for the consequences. That's what this person is trying to tell the governors. That should be ready for the consequences. And when it comes, uh don't start crying. I sense a great deal of injustice in this country. The majority of southern states are on lockdown, while the majority of northern states are open, and yet the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs thinks that the north should be the major beneficiaries of COVID-19 lockdown palliatives. You see? You see what we are saying? No, can you see what we are saying? Someone say, who is fooling who in this zoo? So guys, let us hear your opinion concerning what the northern governors have said. They've told Nigerians that forget it, we can't lock down the north. And that is it. But they want palliatives, and that's it. What do you think about this whole thing? Leave your comment below and let's have your take.